Okay, guys, so I'm gonna try and do this a little quicker. It's gonna just be a redo or a redux, if you will, of my taking on the most robust feminist argument, part one, and really challenging myself because, well, the echo, and I honestly didn't know what happened, and I couldn't get this thing to work for a little bit. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I'm just gonna hop into it. I'm gonna kind of start from scratch. I do want to make this quicker than my last one just because I'm getting sick with something. My throat's kind of sore. So, anyway, here we go. We're taking on the political, economic, and social equality. So, I already did the political, but again, like I said, this is a redo, and I already did the economic part. So, anyway, let's hop in on this. The Equal Pay Act in 1963, which basically says you cannot pay someone less or more based on their oh well, here we go, no, a labor organization or its agents representing employees of an employer having an employee subject of any provision of this section shall cause attempt to cause such an employee to discriminate against an employee in violation of paragraph, oh okay, so no employer having an employee subject to any provision of this section shall discriminate within the any establishment in which such employees are employed between employees on the basis of sex by paying wages of employees in such establishment at the rate less than the rate of which he pays wages of to employees of the opposite sex. So there's already a law to help prevent the pay gap. Let's go into the Fair Pay Act of 2013, which is basically the same thing, but I think they put in like race, religion, demonstrated job related further business. Okay, so it's okay. Payment of wages on account of sex, race, or national origin allows payment of different wages under seniority systems, merit systems, systems that measure earnings by quantity or quality of production. So it's basically the same thing, just obviously a little more added onto it. The Office of Violence Against Women. Far as I know, there is no office of violence against men. That's just kind of ignored. So here we are. We already have an entire legal branch help protect women. Employer rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act. Keep in mind this is for both the birth of a child, placement of a child, adoption, and foster care. Uh, the Family and Medical Leave Act, blah blah blah. It just goes in this for maternity and paternity. God. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to get all the way into it. Job protection leave in a 12-month period of the following for the following reasons. Okay, to bond with a child, to care for an employee's spouse, child, parent, or whatever. The employee's own qualifications, serious health conditions, or for qualifying existence related to the foreign deployment of the military member. That one I would figure it'd be longer though. I mean, if you're going for the military, but whatever. I mean, I'm sure companies overlook it. Just you would imagine. Anyway, FBI scrubs the long-standing definition of rape to include men as victims. Here we are, just the same thing the FBI is talking about it. And I'm going to touch more on this on a different video, actually, because even though they say it, well, I'll touch more on this in a different video. Oh, why do I have two? Interesting. Okay, sorry. Paternity fraud. Keep in mind, there's another legal right women have that men don't. Women can actually opt out of being a parent. Men cannot. And here we have it where they talk about it. Even when the child's mother has married a biological father interferes with parenting for the due dad, then she sues to enforce the money judgment. This is paying the parents to raise their own child. Basically, when a baby's born, the whole birth certificate, who gets put as the father. And there's women who can actually, I don't think they need your permission. I think they can just put your name as that. I think you can sign for it, but I've heard it might be based on the state. I could be completely wrong. The definition of child support is based on actions by the family courts. The child support enforcement does not include active and enforced parenting time. Let's see. If you fit the parent, just try to imagine being locked out of your kid's life by the other parent. Family court in the divorce industry, then have the judge say it's not in the child's best interest to have any contact with you while simultaneously ordering payment of the child support or jail. Next, DNA paternity test reveals you are not the father. U.S. CAP has not found one state in the USA that requires a mother to inform the alleged father of the other potential fathers. Not even in Georgia, we believe there is a legal, ethical, and moral duty to disclose the material fact. The accused male may not be the father and should verify the truth with legal DNA test ASAP. But anyway, yes, this is just part of it. And I mean, I get it's in Fox, but you can easily go to YouTube and see other news stations, any news station basically, where they do cover this, where yes, men are basically not the fathers and they are actually forced to pay child support. I've heard stories. Now, I mean, I don't know how accurate they are, how true they are, of men who were raped, basically drugged. Like it's like a Viagra put in alcohol or whatever, just basically just drugged and raped by women. And we're talking like underage, we're talking like 16, 17 by a woman in their 20s, 30s, sometimes even 40s. Woman gets pregnant and he's the rapist. And I get that kind of goes in with this one here, but he has no way of proving otherwise, and he's still basically, oh, so you're the father, you're paying child support and all that. And I'll have to see about looking into deeper into that. But anyway, here we are, the U.S. Code 18, Section 116, female genital mutilation. It is against the law to do anything to a woman's genitalia. You can do anything you want with the man. You can circumcise them, whatever. You try to cut a woman's clitoris off, that's it, done. Nothing, you know what I mean? Nothing's gonna protect you from that. I mean, you shouldn't do it, but still, it's just the fact that one can be cut and the other one can't. And then practice intervention for domestic violence under offenders, the Duluth model. Let's see, there are a number of interventions that are common in the treatment of domestic violence offenders. One prominent clinical intervention employs a feminist psychodential approach, the widely known as the Duluth model. Originating in 1981 from the Duluth Domestic Abuse Intervention Project in Duluth, Minnesota. This intervention proposes. Sorry, I'm checking my mic is on or not. Intervention proposes that the principal cause of domestic violence is a social or cultural patriarchal ideology that historically has allowed men to control women through power and violence. And keep in mind, this is National Institute of Justice. This is the government website saying that yes, feminists did this. The Duluth model focuses on the male domestic violence perpetrators and the female victims. Its theory is based upon the understanding of male power, control, dominance, and culturally and historically pervasive, in which allowed, if not encouraged, men to control women, sometimes through the use of violence. It should be noted that the widespread popular Duluth model has in many instances been translated into local laws and that require all domestic violence interventions to be grounded in similar psychodynamic feminist theory. Other alternative models of interventions can thus be discouraged or unfunded. Other alternative models of interventions can thus be discouraged or unfunded. In other words, we go by this theory and nothing else. So, how's that for the political? And Ocasio Cortez or whatever would not be running for office. Hillary would not have been able to run for presidency if people were trying to keep women out of politics. So when it comes to political, I have to take that as legal. I admit it could be wrong and taken in a completely different way, but let's go with that for now because that's obviously, if it's for equality, then you can't change I guess, a woman not wanting to run, or she feels she'll get bullied for if she runs for something, some form of office. I'll say. I mean, let's be honest. If she can't handle people talking crap to her, then she has no place in politics because she is basically people are having to trust her with their lives. So I don't care about the feelings. I care about integrity. I care about what she can handle, intelligence, and so on. And I'm pretty sure that's the common for most people. Anyway, so that was just a redoing of that one. Um, anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Agree with me? Don't agree with me? Uh, please share. I guess. Like I said, I want to actually get this to kind of go a little bigger. I'm not. I don't want. I don't want to become monetized, but I at least want, a little. I guess a little bigger audience. That's it. And thank you to my most common commenter. I appreciate you taking the time to comment to help me out on all this. In fact, I have to find a way to get a hold of you, man. And I got me a new book. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have it already, I'll probably have to see about getting a hold of you somehow through an email or something. Maybe I can find a book or find another copy and I guess send it to you, man. Something. I mean, I realize it's just a comment, but let me get some more money first before I even try this, and you know what I mean. And I'm not cool, but still, big thank you for just the constructive criticism. Help me get this little, help me basically get better at this. Honestly, and yes, I still have my bullet points and all that. I'm just not using them in this one since I already did the video already. My next one, I'm gonna have to. Sorry. Um, but that one's gonna be a little bit more, and I'm gonna touch on something with the. I want to touch on it here, but I didn't, and it's basically just how the Duluth model goes and sees men as just perpetrators and all that, but not with women. And if you see my other videos, you might know what I'm talking about. Um, anyway, and there's actually, yeah, I'll put it here too. I'll put it in the next video. There's actually one thing I left out in my last video, and I left it on this one on purpose. And so one of my sources in my last video, part 2 of the same challenge, because I want to see if they actually go and, you know, check and see what it is if the opposite side is actually looking into anything on my post or whatever, or if you get rid of this argument, do they actually check in it or do they just go by feelings? I'm sure I know what it is, but still. Anyway, sorry for that last ending rant. You guys take care. I'll see y'all next time.